You already know. Just a Dope Podcast. Your sneakerhead's favorite sneakerhead. And I probably said it slightly wrong, but I don't care, and we're not re-editing it because we want this shit to be raw. Duffy Bag Gang General. AJ, aka. Yeah, I like the rawness. I can't talk today either.
Big Spence back again, you know.
Nobody's calling you that. Yes, nobody's calling you that. Yeah. She didn't call you that this time.
Big Spence, I didn't know what you wanted me to say. You kind of put me on the spot.
All I did was this, bro. What the fuck, bro?
I thought you loved me and you put me on the spot.
What the fuck, bro?
Okay.
Nah.
And of course, Tata in the back as per usual. So y'all already know how we like to jump things off with a reveal. You know, we like to try to surprise each other, even though, again, he's going through all my sneakers. So what I did this time was I ordered something and I ain't tell him. And I've been sitting on these for like a month. I wanted to wear my shoes, but I didn't wear my shoes because I wanted to save them for this. So it could be raw because he really don't know what these are. Then the box definitely, yeah, I knew that was gonna throw you off.
I'm glad there's not a carrot on top because I'd be upset.
No,
we talked about that several times.
Yeah, I wouldn't do you like that.
Women's Air Jordan 1 mid, size 12. I thought you said they didn't come in the big sizes.
One of them other weird websites, I don't know if it's the YC, it should be on the box.
YCMC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's shout them out because I ordered those on like,
yeah, YCMC.
yeah, YCMC. Shout out to YCMC. I never heard of y'all before, but y'all are amazing. I think I ordered them like a Wednesday. They were here like Friday. Like, I don't even understand. And that was, you know, when the beginning of the Corona stuff and everybody was saying like shipping was slowing down. But
he definitely lied to me and said he didn't get these.
because I didn't want you to know.
And that he couldn't
find
but
I will say this. Hold on. Look, hold on. You ready for this? You see how long the tongue is on that?
That's a high.
Pause. Yo, fam, look. So these are mids, right?
These are mids.
Yeah. So, but look. This shit is so long. Pause. Look, that is insane. They still fire though. I mean, I done tried them on there.
Yeah.
They still Gucci. And
I mean, push come to shove, you can cut it.
I'm not cutting my mids.
How is cutting mids different than cutting highs?
Cause cutting mids look weird to me.
It's the same little line joint.
Get the cut low. I mean the cut high. That's a low now.
It's not the exact same.
That's what I'm saying.
But
and my man Joey had cut his mids, which it didn't look bad. I'm not saying it looked bad, but you almost kind of.
I think with the high tongue, the cut mid would be fire.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong because you know I like that whole concept. We should probably do a B-roll on these like right while I'm talking. But these were the Gave. How do you pronounce it? Highs. I only paid $40 for them, and I could not for the life of me really like wearing with anything. So I've of course seen Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Chris Paul both have cut off Travis's the Travis highs on Shea Gillis, which I think was first, and then Chris Paul did Shattered Backboard 3.0s, I believe. That was the first ones I saw.
And we know why he cut the Travis highs, because the Travis lows are better than the Travis highs.
But that Travis high cut is better than all the Travises. With the long tongue?
The sixes are still way, like, the sixes are...
But you know I don't fuck with sixes. You put that back, bro. You know I don't fuck with sixes like that.
Just a personal thing, please.
You know I don't fuck with sixes like that.
Exactly.
These aren't all mine. Well, these two, don't worry. We're going to B-roll these so y'all can understand what's going on the table.
Please settle a personal argument for me and my roommate Zachary Ray. He thinks that the Travis highs are better than Travis lows. So if you could leave a comment for me and maybe Adam or something in the Instagram that he's
What's his name?
At Zachary. Well, no, his
Zachary. I'm on your side actually. The Travis high is better than the Travis low.
Says the person who had the Travis fucking low.
That's not the point though.
All right. His at is 910.speed. Just to let y'all know.
I'm gonna get the mochas for Christmas. That come around Christmas, because it's supposed to be 2 pair of those, and it got the same color blocking as the court purples.
See, if everything had worked out, I could have just given you my highs for your lows. I don't
even want to talk about it.
It's all good.
I would have rather that than the deal that we originally, what we ended up doing.
Yeah, it's all good.
How much did you sell them for?
Like 8.
Yeah,
9.
that'd have been close to almost fair.
Yeah.
If you only sold them for that, because at a point the Travis Lowe's was going for like 7.
If we had just swapped as soon as they came out, it would have worked out.
Yeah, I'd have gave you some money if I needed to.
Yeah.
I would have kept the Travis highs.
The only problem is I split it with him because we made a deal the day before. We were both gonna try for it, and me being the smart dude that I am, I was like, he was like, nah, if you get it, you get it, and if I get it, I get it. And I was like, Zach, are you sure you want to do that? Like, that's not smart. And then I hit.
Oh my Lord.
And so I had to split it with him.
Pause. Anyhow, I won't be making no crazy deals like that. So, we always start off with showing what kicks we got on. And of course, this is what we consider to be like our last dance series. So I'm pretty sure we can hold up our end of this deal in regards to wearing shoes and presenting shoes that are in relation to the last dance. Today I have on the Netastrucks. I believe that's how you pronounce them. I've always pronounced them.
You said it better than I would.
Yeah. Dennis Rodmans. These are low key one of my favorite like shoes from the 90s. I've always just loved how they lace up on the side and just the flat suede. This is what they should make all 4s out of. Like, honest to God. Because this is just that regular basic suede. Like, when they try to get all fancy with like the suede that you can brush and it look one way, when you brush it one way and then one way when you brush it the other way. But I've always loved these. This is the first time I've had this color. I had the navy and whites when I was a kid and I ended up hooping in them. But
you've had those for how long?
These maybe 16.
He's had this shoe for 4 years, and he just said, "This is the first time I've had this color." Like that's
yeah. Because when I was a kid,
to regular people, they're like, "What? What are you talking about? This is the first time I had this color."
Okay, so I've never had the black ones, and this is one of the original colors. But also, just to add, I can't necessarily say all of Dennis Rodman shoes, but for some reason, I've always been a fan of his shoes. Like, I still want the original Darwins, which are white, green, and black. So I'm just waiting to see the right number on those. And then I even had the Converses. The first ones he had paws, but it had the like that little sun tattoo on his back. It's on the shoe, but they were like half black. And it's like a dusty looking black color, and it kind of had like a basketball texture to it, sorta. And then the back was white. So I mean, they was really cool. I mean, I loved them when I was a kid, and I swapped the laces out. I put red laces in them. They came with black laces. So I've been doing whatever the fuck.
I'm with it.
But anyhow, that's all I would say. I just think, for a couple of the shoes that Dennis had, I just think there was a little bit, in a sense, underrated. A little underrated.
Today, for my last dance shoes, I got the Air Max Plus. I went with these today. One of the OG colorways. I went with these today because these came out in 1998, and that's just when the docu is based on. Yeah. I don't got no 97, so I couldn't bring those out.
Oh, that's still cool, though. Because, I mean, what we supposed to be doing is kind of like...
It came to me.
Yeah. That's super ill. And I didn't even know you was doing that, so I thought that was real cool. I really did.
I was trying to relate to the thing without wearing the shoes he was actually wearing.
Right.
I'm trying to do that the whole time.
Right.
Like last week with the...
Because, I'm pretty much wearing J's the whole time. And I probably will continue that trend. Of course, I got on Rodmans today. Mm-hmm. I did Pippen stuff there, but I did 1-and-1. I might have another...
I don't got quite as many Jordans as him, so my selection is going to be different down these next 3
Yeah, but that's super cold, though.
So I'm going to try.
Just to tell the people that, of course, view us, we don't sit and brainstorm as much as people might think we do. I don't know what people's perception is, but a lot of things we don't talk about much beforehand. We just kind of say, we're going to talk about this, and then we link and we just talk about whatever, comes natural. So I didn't even know you were going to do that, kind of like with just wearing shoes from that era and not necessarily the shoes in the dot, which I think is really dope because I know how people love those, and a lot of people don't realize.
People go crazy over these.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't realize when they actually came out to know they came out in 1998. So that's dope. I always wanted a pair, but I don't know. I just never bought a pair.
I'm a big fan, but I'm only gonna get the original 3 colorways. Right. So I have this one and the orange one right now.
Right. The orange one, yeah. The blue one. You got the blue.
I need the blue ones. The blue ones were like 300 something earlier this year. And I was like, what the fuck? I got these on the Foot Locker website on discount.
Yeah.
Nah, so I can't do that.
Yeah, I almost got those
they go low?
when I got the spit-arounds.
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost got those, and it was between the two, and I was like, I'd rather have blue than the purple.
Facts. So when the blue ones go down, if anybody got the blue ones in the 10, 10 and a half, let me know. Once
Yeah,
they go down, I guess.
for sure.
Grab those.
Yeah, and not that anybody said anything bad, but when we say hit us, if you got a shoe we want, we are dead ass serious. We not. There's no cap in that.
It's cash, right?
Yeah, we'll send that bread now if you hit us now, but this ain't live, so you get my point though. But we're not just saying that though, because you get it. So on the table, I thought to myself, because I have a rare 6, quote unquote.
Rare.
I thought you were gonna bring the Beijing Olympic. Actually, that's what I thought you had.
If you had told me, I would have.
Yeah, no, that's all good. We can still bring. You know what I'm saying? Like that still could be one we'll show. But we'll definitely get you a little close up, little B-roll on these as well. But these are the Varsity Red 6s that came out in 2010. So it's the only 6 that's like officially red, rather than the infrared. And it's a nasty lace job on these too.
They also did a white. I thought I'd bring mine. Mine are not in as crispy condition.
You definitely hooped in them.
Yeah, I done hooped in these.
Which is respectable.
My brother actually gave these to me when I was in middle school. So like these have been through it. I've hooped in these. I've redone them like a lot.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because they not, like, I mean, they beat. They beat, but it look like they not as beat.
As they should be.
As they should be.
Little separation on them. But this is the same year, 2010, white version of those. Varsity Red. I'm personally a bigger fan of the Varsity Red than the infrared. Even though I really love this shoe, not so much this one. This is the 2014.
Yeah.
2019's got the Nike Air on the back. Just because of the suede, you'll see it on the B-roll. But this suede is just not as good as this one. But I would prefer this one out of all of them.
Right, but you're right. Yeah, I like that.
This is just, it looks dusty too fast. Like one of my best friends wore these all the time in high school. Shout out Brian. These joints just get dusty.
Right.
Mad fast.
And then another thing that they'll see on the close-up is the lace locks on the 14 versus the 19. The 19 has Nike on the lace lock, whereas that the 14 doesn't. So,
in all honesty though, I would take these over either of these any day. I don't completely understand why they were going with infrared even in the 90s.
right.
That doesn't really make sense to me.
But it was like the neon colors and shit like that.
I understand that, but like, you play for the Bulls, dog.
But I think that was just their way of trying to incorporate those neon colors,
but
without getting too out of character.
If you think about it, this is the only shoe that they did that with.
Yeah.
And all the other Jordans are fucking red.
I don't know. I mean, that was still a period of time, though.
Bugs Bunnies came shortly. I can't. Cardinals, Olympics.
Bugs Bunnies are wild too. They just don't have neon colors.
Right, but they have the red. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
So like, of shoes that came shortly after or before this, you have fire red 4s, black cement 4s, white cement. They all have the regular red.
Right.
Shoes coming after this, you got Cardinals, Olympics, both have the right red.
I still want Cardinal 7s. Actually.
Cardinals might have a slightly darker tone red, maybe the Olympics too,
Yeah.
but that's because they're supposed to.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this is a Bulls black and red color.
Yeah. I've never had the Cardinals, but I don't know. Every time I see them now, I really want them. And Nike, please, Jordan Brand, whoever, please bring back the gray bottom Bordeaux 7s. Please. I need those.
Pretty please.
That's one of my favorite Jordans. Like as far as design, like the artistic value in it, with the pattern on the shoe, with the two-tone gray, with the burgundy. Oh my God. I don't think you understand how that shoe made me feel.
It's one of the better 7s.
Yeah. No, it's the best 7.
I don't want to say best because I'm a big hair fan. Hairs are cold. Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue that because I'm sure it's like a vast majority of people that's going to
Hairs
agree.
are cold. I mean, Bordeaux's are cold.
But see, they haven't been done right, so I don't think a majority of people would really F with them like that right now because they haven't been done right. And when they came out with the black bottom, and they did sell, but that black bottom trash. It's not appropriate.
They've retroed twice in the past like 10 years, right?
I believe so. I can't remember the
One
one before that was the gray bottom.
One of them is 2014 for sure.
Yeah, the other one is like 09 something maybe.
Probably.
And it had the gray bottom. I should have bought them. So anyhow, I'm sure everybody's been watching The Last Dance, which has been super dope. I know it's a lot of stuff that if you're a real like sports fan or a real Jordan fan, we can still hear you.
Yeah,
Nah, but if you're a real sports fan, then you probably know a lot of these stories already, but it's probably just like parts of them. But so it's cool to really see that in depth, like behind the scenes stuff, because the energy is still a little bit different.
Yeah, I think the interviews are a big part of it. You know, you get to see like this point of view, and like another person's point of view, all at the same time. So you don't have to go out of your way to look up interviews or anything like that.
Right.
But before we even get into that, we forgot about Tata shoes again.
No, we didn't forget. We just gonna pretend like we didn't, and then they gonna see a weird ass cut, and then it's gonna be Tata showing her feet.
Oh man, I do not have anything special on. I have my Prestos. I call them Fresh Toes, but they're not so fresh anymore. I went to work today, came home, cooked dinner, and I just been in them all day.
So that happened. You just got them dirty today.
No. I've had these for a couple of years.
She
now.
told us that sob story. Like I was like, dang, that sucks. But they been dirty.
No, yeah, I've had these for like 3 years now.
Hey, yo, what about that shirt you got on though?
I was
Yeah.
I
Gang, gang.
Sanity Season, new collection. It's Worldwide Mindset, and you can find it at sanityseason.com.
Ooh, she's sharp.
She gotta be.
She's sharp.
Yeah, it's a really nice shirt.
Bro, I sent out
Go
a
check it
terrible
out.
email last night. So, well, because I have email.
I don't have a shirt yet.
He has a shirt. He doesn't have that shirt.
I don't have a shirt yet.
So
and he's supposed to be my brother. I got a sweatshirt and a shirt, but we're not talking about. We're talking about the new stuff.
The new
Okay,
stuff,
so-
the Worldwide Mindset.
Nah, go ahead. Back to what you said.
I have like a list of email subscribers from the website because you give your email like in there. But
Right.
so I was sending out an email last night. I was getting really frustrated with this platform I was trying to do it on, and I had typed it all up, and I copied and pasted it. So I did because I had to retype it a lot.
Right.
So I copied and pasted it. Then I asked her how to spell something for me because like she was across the room, she was using her phone. I didn't have my phone. So I asked her to spell silhouette and exemplify for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I copied and pasted it again and forgot to change it again. So I sent out a terribly grammatic, like the grammar on that was terrible. It's trash.
So did you send
It's
out?
sent out to at least 50 people.
But did you resend one out?
No.
I probably would have.
Just to
It's
fix like
actually-
4 words, I couldn't. I just didn't, like I didn't want to send because
Yeah.
if you send too many emails, they're gonna unsubscribe from you.
Yeah,
You're
and
right.
you were already having trouble with this.
And it was like 3 a.m.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still cool getting the email.
It was a good.
Right. I'm sure that was.
I'm
lit,
sure a
too.
lot of
No,
people
yeah, it
were
was really
surprised to
cool.
get an email from me at
Yeah,
3
Yeah,
that's
it's really
cool.
cool.
That's cool. I'm mad I didn't get one, honestly. Yo, I get my shirt yet. I just want to email, fam.
Facts.
I just want to email. I
forward it, bro.
just want to support my brother, yo. That's all I want to do. Rep the brand, rep the gang, Duffy. You know what I mean?
Duffy season. Even though we
Yeah.
can't go nowhere, you know, with Corona out here.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So, of course, definitely support the brand. I don't know what all is on the website yet. So, again, just go visit it.
Yes, I mean,
Just support the game.
it's a lot of stuff on the website. For the people that be going to the wrong spot on the website, just hit shop, and it takes you to every single product. A lot of people get confused.
Yep.
We can talk about the last dance.
Yep.
now.
Yep. That was me. He's trying to throw hints.
Bro, everybody be like, "Hey, bro, I thought you had more than 2 products," and I'd be like, "Yes, I do. What do you mean, like, nigga, you can't use the website? What?
No.
Well, he's old, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yo, and I'm still the smartest friend you have, or the most across most. No, I'm not, because you're friends with Keith.
Shout out,
Keith
Keith.
is technically the smartest friend we all have. he's
Big
just going to be a brain surgeon, so that's a little bit different. Okay, scratch that. I'm not the smartest friend he has, because Delancey's really smart too.
Delancey is.
Yeah, okay, so he got mad smart friends, but you get my point.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
up. You're in the upper echelon.
Yeah, there we go. With the youngsters. So yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot of feedback, at least from the pod episode, but I got a lot of feedback for some comments I made on some Instagram posts in regards to, everybody just comparing still the LeBron to Mike thing. And even like just one part of it that's just I don't know, it's frustrating to me. But people keep saying Michael Jordan made Scottie Pippen. I don't understand why they keep saying
People
that.
don't understand. People don't get that.
Yeah.
His numbers declined slightly after, but you got to understand he was carrying his own team.
Yeah.
With the Blazers, Scottie Pippen was still one of the
They
best
won
players in the
59
league.
games.
Exactly. And at that point, we saw his record taking people
And the
to-
Rockets won 60 games. Don't forget, because it was 1 year with the Rockets first.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was to the Blazers, where they won like 59 and like 56 the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that Blazers team was good.
Exactly.
That was the Blazers team that I think had Bonzi Wells. I think Zach Randolph was on that team. A couple of other people. But yeah, so that's the only thing I just hate. And one of my boys had actually posted this. And it was just Mike, Kobe, LeBron. Like, yo, we could be a fan of all of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I don't mind the comparisons and the discussions. I just hate when it sounds like people really don't like one of them. Like, genuinely.
While we're on the topic of wins and not liking somebody, Kevin Durant joined a 73-9 team.
Right.
Championship team. They won a championship already. He joined them as one of the top 3 players in the league at the time. They should not have lost a game next season.
I'm glad you brought that up. I don't like Kevin Durant. And it's not even necessarily about him making that move. It's about who he is as a person. Whereas that, like, he's comfortable being somebody that owns up to having a burner account to do shady stuff. Like, I genuinely don't respect Kevin Durant as a person, at least from what I know to be how he is. And he seems to be this person. Like, it's not based on what people are showing me. So I only say that to then say this. When did Kevin Durant become that great of a player? I have not seen it to where people say he's number 2 in the league. And,
I don't think he's number 2.
Well, see, and this is my argument because Stephen A and them keep saying he's number 1.
That's ridiculous.
And what my argument is, or me not understanding it, when has KD shown the ability to support a team single-handedly by himself?
He hasn't.
Like, to say he has it. Like, I genuinely do not understand why people feel like they can't just say LeBron's number 1. I just don't understand that.
People let the age get the best of them. Like, they don't want to say, let's say in 2015, LeBron James is the best player in the league, which he was. They don't want to say it again in 2020 because it's been 5 years.
And that's lame.
People think that doesn't make any sense. And I mean, it doesn't make sense because LeBron is not human at this point. Like, but I think the reason Kevin Durant gets so much respect is the scoring titles and stuff like that.
That doesn't mean
it doesn't mean anything.
And they know
at all.
that. When he was with Russ, I still think was the best KD we've ever seen. I was looking at highlights of that because we just keep rerunning all the other old shit. But it was showing just Russ and KD playing together, just highlight plays and stuff like that, and they were phenomenal together. Like, phenomenal. And I don't feel that same way when I see KD in Golden State. And I get that it's a different type of basketball that they're playing, and he's able to display his defensive prowess way more with a team like Golden State because he doesn't have to stress scoring as much as he would have to stress, I don't even feel like he had to stress scoring in OKC.
He didn't.
And I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, we beating a dead horse in regards to just KD and the OKC thing, but I just only wanted to overall say, I just don't understand why they keep saying he's like number 1 or even number 2.
And to support you further on that situation, when has a number 1 or 2 player ever allowed a 3-1 lead to be blown?
Right. Exactly. And I'm not, this is not me trying to build a case against KD.
Aside from Steph, he's not a 1 or 2 top in the league, but I do think he was one of the better players in the league at that time.
Right. Absolutely. That's fair to say.
When they lost to the Cavs.
Yeah, that's definitely fair to say. And I think, I don't know, I just feel like everybody has to be sports fans with their emotions. Like, I don't know why they can't just somewhat, we can be emotional about it because if somebody's just blatantly talking bad about LeBron or, if somebody's talking bad about Iverson, of course I'm going to defend my favorite player. But I'm not going to get emotional about it. I'm going to defend him. I'm going to be like, all right, you bugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to argue logic with somebody that's not even trying to make sense.
Exactly.
They're just saying they don't like somebody. Okay, cool. I can't debate that.
When you can't take the emotion side out of the argument to put the reasoning forth or the logic, there's no real point in arguing. And with sports, it gets that way heavily with, oh, that's my favorite player. Oh, he means this to me. Okay, great. that doesn't make him the GOAT.
Right.
Vince Carter is my favorite player of all time and will always be. That does not make him a top 10 player of all time, a top 15 player.
Right. But he might be top 10 or 15 on your list. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just as long as you won't argue that point with somebody. You can't argue your opinion. People will argue their opinion. That's the part that bugs me out. And it's okay to argue your opinion, but I do think to argue an opinion, you do need to have some supporting facts. It don't have to be a lot, just a couple. That's all. So, the dope thing also about The Last Dance as well, and again, back to the Dennis Rodman thing with the shoes, just seeing that era replay, I didn't realize how much he was a part of the team in regards to when Scottie was hurt and all that. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't realize that he kind of like got straight for that period of time, because most of the time in the media back then, all you seen was him doing crazy stuff.
Yeah. And what a lot of people don't realize, which was shown in The Last Dance, he was an introvert coming into the team. Like, as a rookie, he came in wearing like sneakers and jeans and no tattoos and nothing. And I mean, what a lot of people really don't know is that he didn't even play basketball in college or anything like that. Like, bro just hit a growth spurt. Yeah,
well, whatever school he went to, he averaged, what did he say, 27 and 14?
Yeah, wasn't he a flight attendant before he grew?
I know he had a growth spurt. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was, from what I know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, he was working as a flight attendant and had like a 6 or 7 inch growth spurt.
Yeah, I've always heard about. Yeah, that is ridiculous. But that's the same thing that happened to Scottie.
Yes,
because he was a guard.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just really need people to respect Scottie Pippen for all that he is on his own. Mm-hmm. I know Michael Jordan is great, and I'm not disputing that. But for Michael Jordan to feel the way he feels about Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan didn't create that. That is what Scottie Pippen was.
And Michael Jordan
him.
Should defend him a lot more than he does.
He really should. He should defend him a lot more than he does. And that comment about him being selfish, because
Michael Jordan's a dickhead.
Yeah, that was wrong. And Stephen A said he agreed. Like, some of this stuff, some of these dudes is out of pocket, because some of this stuff is just like, personally, you know what I'm saying? If we cool and we doing this, and somebody says to you, hey, Spence, I don't want to take you from, the pie with your man, but I can give you $100,000 a year. Boy, if you don't leave me over here and go get that $100,000, like, I don't get mad at my friends for, making the decision that's best for them.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make the decision that's best for you, especially if it's something that's a no-brainer.
Unless Mike is going to cut his salary and give it to bro, then he can't say he's being selfish at all.
And they both were hella underpaid. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that Scottie should have got cheated like that.
Exactly.
And with the whole signing the contract, and it's just crazy to kind of see how all that stuff played out. And another thing, just in regards to how certain things are playing out, I thought it was interesting when they kept saying that Jerry Krause was a good dude, but the whole thing got broken up because of his ego. I don't understand it. He's not a good dude then.
He's not a good dude.
Yeah, you can't say, yeah, he'll play with your kids, and when you're around, he's just so nice and kind.
That makes him sound like he's fake.
Yeah, because he's self-absorbed and worried about how he grew up. You're in a position of power where you're controlling this team, winning so many championships, but you need somebody to give you more credit. So you want to break it up to prove a point to see if you can rebuild it again. Like, wait, what? I just get so confused about society, and not to necessarily bring color into it, but I just couldn't understand why they kept saying that man was a good dude. Like, people can watch it and of course see who's what color. So I'm not trying to make it about that. But it's almost even like when things happen to black athletes, and then they start going down the list of things that happened to their aunt, if somebody got arrested, or if their mom was a prostitute. Mm-hmm. It always goes to that with a black athlete.
Bro, when Kawhi was at his biggest last year, I heard something about his sister like killing somebody.
Yeah. Stuff that we didn't even know about, we don't care about.
What? Bro, like...
Yeah. So...
people are always going to try to tear you down.
Yeah, especially if you're a certain color. But I'm not saying what color that is. So anyhow.
Speaking of tearing down, Isiah Thomas and the Pistons.
Listen, Isiah Thomas is, I'm not going to say nothing like negative. I just want to say Isiah Thomas is bugging.
I just think that he should be more upfront about, the whole walking away thing. Like, he's making it seem like it's not such a big deal, and that like he only did it because of this. And it's just like, nah, if you're going to do it, at least own up and do it right.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
If you don't F with Mike and you want to really be on that energy, just be on that energy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he like that wasn't the culture, back then, blah blah blah. Mike shook y'all hand 2 years in a row after y'all knocked him out the Eastern Conference Finals. It's footage of that. Why are you making any excuse in regards to why you didn't shake his hand other than just say you don't like him? That's all you gotta say. We probably won't ask you no more questions after that.
I think shaking a man's hand after what was done to him is the least that he could do.
They literally abused him.
Like, they did stuff that shouldn't have been allowed by the commissioner, by the referee, by anybody at that time. I don't care if you say the league was different, times were different. That shouldn't have been allowed by anybody. This is a basketball game at the end of the day.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was super crazy. And a lot of dudes that think they could have played back then, like there's no way dudes not looking at this and going, dang, yo, I didn't want to get punched in my mouth.
Nah, bro, I don't want to name drop any names, like, because I don't really know the NBA players and I don't know their character that well. But a lot of NBA players, if they was getting punched in their mouth in the game, but they're checking out of the game, they're gonna be like, Coach, I'm done.
Larry Bird was swinging on dudes. Larry Bird rocked Lambeer.
Exactly. They would be like, yo, like, Coach, referee, I know you saw that. Ref, either give me my shots or I'm gone. Like, I'm going. Or even if you give me my shot, like flagrant twos, I need people out of the game or I'm leaving. Like,
right.
NBA players now throw fits.
Yeah.
They would not stand for that.
No. And that's why I don't understand kind of how everybody wants to, put different players in different eras and then knock a player down, say, oh, he can't do this in this era or he can't do this in that era. I do think Mike would be great in any era. So I would never take anything from Mike in any era. I do genuinely believe Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. I don't have any issue saying that. I just think still with a Kobe Bryant and a LeBron, it's okay to compare them just in a fun way, but I think we just need to enjoy that we got to witness, greatness. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope that I do get to see LeBron play next year, hopefully. Because I don't want to die and not, see LeBron play. Or I don't want him to retire. I got so morbid just now saying I don't want to die.
Another reason I think that NBA players wouldn't have been able to last back then is, like, if things were going like they were for Michael Jordan, players take to social media too much now. Like, they cling to it at this point. To where they would have tried to use that to get attention, and that doesn't, that wouldn't have been back then. Right. So they would have had nobody to go to. It just wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have worked.
No, it wouldn't. It'd have been, these dudes couldn't play then. A couple of them could.
Even the dudes that think they're tough.
Shaq, though, like, if we cut Shaq, we're going to save some of this because they're going to do Kobe next week. So I'm sure we'll be able to get a little Shaq convo in too. And of course, some Mamba talk. I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know where they're going to take it, but I'm super excited about it though. I really am. So, you got anything else?
We all good for today.
No? Tata, you got anything?
Check out Sanity Season. Get you some fresh teas. That's it.
Yep, the first time was better. All right, y'all. Gang, Duffy gang.
Duffy back.
See you next week.
Episode 6.